Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Oba Paskini. Today I'm going to show you how to make lightening or whitening body wash using our previous liquid soap that we make. That's the cold processed liquid soap. So we are going to measure the liquid soap to make our soap. So you need to take some measurement, and I will leave the measurement everything down the description box. If you don't know, the description box is under the video. And I will measure Kojic acid. I'm using Kojic acid because Kojic acid pH is 9, and also the liquid soap that we make, the pH is 9. Normally liquid soap and bar soap, their pH range from 9. So that's the reason why I'm using Kojic acid, so that the active ingredient, which is the Kojic acid, is going to be stable in the soap and it can work for us very well. So if you want to change it with any lightening powder, just check the pH of that lightening powder to see if it's 9. And I'm using turmeric powder, which also have a good pH for the soap. So turmeric powder is very good for eczema, it's clear acne, pimples, and any skin diseases. Turmeric can do that. Also, I'm using honey because honey really moisturizes the skin very well, but you can use glycerin if you want. And I'm measuring my preservative because sometimes when I'm making a small batch to use, I don't use preservative. But most of you be asking me, why didn't you add preservative? Because your mentality is that you are going to make it to sell. And something not compulsory for me to add preservative if I'm making a small batch, but I need to measure a preservative so that you know that if you are making it to sell, you can add a preservative. So I'm measuring my essential oil, and I'm using tea tree essential oil and rosemary essential oil, and they are all very good for the skin. Also, I'm using sweet almond oil, so I'm going to use it to dissolve my Kojic acid. I'm using the oil soluble Kojic acid, not the water soluble one. I want the soap to be so moisturizing. That's why I use my sweet almond oil so to dissolve it. So what I'm going to do next is to put it on a double boiler to warm the oil to help the Kojic acid dissolve. Because my oil wasn't much, it's taking a little, but still when I added it to the soap, it dissolved well. Next, what we are going to do is we have our soap measurement, so I will add my honey to it, and you can choose to leave the honey out. It depends on you, but honey is very good for skin moisturizing. You can choose to use glycerin, but you know, when I was dissolving the soap earlier, the previous video, I used glycerin to dissolve it, so that's the reason I choose not to add glycerin anymore. But you can choose to add it in place of the honey. And I think somebody asked me that when I make the soap, the measurement was much or something. Yes, I didn't dissolve all the soap that I made in the previous video. I took part of it. So if you are watching my video, please watch it to the end before you come and ask me questions, because sometimes I have people who don't watch it to the end and they will come and ask you questions, and that thing annoys me. So add your turmeric and stir very well, and you see the turmeric have changed color. It have changed color, but later as we keep adding the rest of the ingredient, you get that yellow color, so you can see. So please when you are watching my video, watch it to the end. Add your Kojic acid to it and stir very well so that everything can dissolve. So the thing is, I didn't dissolve all my soap. So if you want to dissolve your soap, just take part of it and take your water and your glycerin. You can choose to use only water alone to dissolve your soap. That's a previous video. It depends on you. I choose to use glycerin and water because I like the feeling and the thickness. I'm somebody who, when I'm using liquid soap, I really like it thick. I don't know the reason why, but you can make your liquid soap liquid and it's still going to work, but that's me. So as you can see, this is our soap now. I have added all the ingredients. Now I'm adding my essential oil, so you stir very well, very well, so that everything stir, and this thing really work. It's really work for the face and the body. If you even have acne and you use it, going to clear your face acne and at the same time lighten your dark spots. So I'm going to use some gold makeup powder. I'm going to put a teaspoon for it to give it a glitter look. That's very beautiful look, and you can leave that out. It's not compulsory, just that I want to add it to it, so you can leave that out, and you can see how it look very nice. It look very nice. So please, if you are watching my video, please watch it to the end before you ask me questions. Do ask me questions. And sometimes I make my recipe a large batch, and I'll give you the recipe in a small batch. It depends, because sometimes when I'm making a big batch and I feel like I have to shoot video, I shoot video over it, and I give it in a small batch, because most of you who watch my video are people who make it to use for themselves. Those who are watching to make it to sell it, you have to be able to create. If you say you are a good formulator and you are selling it, you have to be able to look at my recipe and create it in a large batch. So if you can't watch and create it in a large batch, that you are not a good formulator. You are selling rubbish to people. But if you're a good formulator, if I give you a small batch like 250 ml, you have to watch and say, this is 250 ml, but I can create it for 1,000 or 5,000 batch quantity. This soap foam very well. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.